This story is called The Empty Chair. This story is dedicated to all those who have served, are serving, and will serve our country. Let us know which character you identify with the most. And don't forget to subscribe. Patty hummed along to the radio as she put up the open sign. The bell above the door chimed, announcing the first customer of the day. She looked up to see a man in a worn leather jacket and boots. His face creased, with lines that told stories of hard work and long roads. He smiled at her and nodded towards the corner table with the flag. "Coffee, Patty, black," he said, taking his usual seat. "Coming right up," she replied, a smile touching her lips. As she poured the coffee, Patty couldn't help but think about how different her mornings were from everyone else's. While most people woke up to the chirping of birds or the gentle hum of traffic, she awoke to the memory of her son and the quiet promise she had made to him. 15 years ago, her son, Michael, had enlisted after graduating high school. He'd promised to return home to run the diner with her. But promises, like the steam rising from the coffee pot, can turn to mist in the face of life's unpredictability. Michael was killed in action overseas. The news had hit them like a runaway truck, stealing their breath and leaving behind a silence heavier than any rock. After burying her son, Patty had found solace in the small rituals that had become a part of their lives. She'd started leaving a single chair at their small corner table set for Michael. At first, George, her husband, had thought it strange, but he knew better than to question the strength and spirit of the woman he loved. So every morning, George and Patty took turns placing a steaming cup of black coffee on the table, accompanied by a small folded note that simply read, "For Michael." The locals respected the chair. They'd grown up hearing Patty's stories of Michael Taylor's that painted a picture of a young man full of life, kindness, and dreams as big as the sky. Children were taught to lower their voices when passing the table. Veterans took off their hats and read the small photo frame of Michael in uniform, smiling back at them. One day, Patty decided to add a touch of green to the corner. She placed a small pot of Michael's favorite flowers, sunflowers, beside the table. The sight of the sunflowers, bright and hopeful, touching the window pane, brought a sense of calm to many. Some who saw the display came forward, placing small pebbles or American flags on the table. Others left notes of gratitude, their words tumbling out as if released from a dam. Patty cherished these moments. It wasn't just about the gifts, it was about the shared connection, the silent understanding that bound them together in a community of gratitude and remembrance. For Patty, this chair was more than just a piece of furniture. It was a link to her son, a tangible reminder of his existence and the impact he'd had on their lives. "Pouring the coffee?" she often whispered. "Good morning, Mikey," her voice catching slightly. In the years that followed, Patty continued her tradition. The diner, with its red vinyl booths and the smell of freshly brewed coffee, permeated with the essence of memory and resilience. The simple act of setting a single chair at a small corner table became a testament to the enduring spirit of a small town, America. Across the street, in a house with paint as blue as the summer sky, lived Tommy. His grandfather, Old Man Jenkins, had told him stories about the war, about bravery and sacrifice. So when Tommy learned that the diner had a special table, he wanted to see it. Walking into the diner, he saw the chair draped in an American flag. The sight was both intriguing and solemn to the young boy. He sat down, touched the worn fabric of the flag, and looked at the smiling young man in the photo. One day, Tommy decided to bring something to the table, a small American flag pin his dad had given him. He walked up to the counter, his small hand holding the pin. Patty, I brought this for the chair," he said shyly. Patty looked up from the stove, her eyes meeting Tommy's. She saw the determination in those innocent eyes and felt a warmth spread through her. She knelt down to his level, took the pin from him and carefully placed it beside the coffee. "Thank you, Tommy," she said, her voice thick with emotion. "This is very special." As the days turned into weeks, Tommy became a regular at Patty's diner. He would sit by the window, sipping hot chocolate, watching the world go by. Sometimes he would bring his friends and introduce them to the special corner. "This is Michael's table," he would say proudly. He was a hero. The diner became a hub for veterans and their families. The remembrance breakfast that had started as a small gathering soon transformed into a significant event. People from all walks of life came together, the common thread that bound them: respect and gratitude for those who had served. The empty chair became a focal point, a silent witness to stories of courage, sacrifice, and resilience. Each morning, Patty would place the coffee on the table, her fingers lingering on the worn surface, as if seeking her son's presence in the warmth of the ceramic. The scent of brewing coffee mingled with the fragrance of fresh pastries, creating an aroma that was as comforting as a familiar embrace. The diner resonated with the soft murmur of conversations, the clink of silverware, and the gentle hum of the refrigerator, a soundtrack to the tapestry of lives that wove in and out of Michael's table. As the years went by, the diner continued to stand as a beacon of remembrance, its walls adorned with photos of smiling faces and certificates of appreciation, each bearing silent testaments to the impact of a single chair. Through changing seasons and the ebb and flow of life, the tradition endured. It was a testament to the power of community and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The empty chair at the corner table with a steaming cup of coffee, the worn American flag, and the cheerful photo of a young man became a symbol of unity, sacrifice, and gratitude. It was a place where stories unfolded, hearts connected, and memories were honored. In the tapestry of life, where threads of joy and sorrow intertwine, this diner wove a pattern of resilience, reminding all who entered that, in the face of adversity, a single cup of coffee and a moment of remembrance can bring solace and connect hearts across generations. Patty, her hair now streaked with silver, watched the people come and go. The lines on her face, though etched with time, also told stories of strength and grace. She saw the admiration in the eyes of the young, the shared understanding among the veterans, and the quiet reverence of those who simply appreciated the meaning behind the empty chair. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the diner, Patty prepared to close for the night. She looked around at the empty tables, each one a stage where countless stories had played out. The bell above the door chimed, announcing the last customer of the day. Patty looked up and smiled. It was Tommy, now a grown man, but still with the same determined glint in his eye. He walked up to the counter, placing a small box on the counter. "For Michael," he said, his voice husky with emotion. Inside the box, nestled on a bed of tissue paper, was a framed photograph. Patty opened it slowly. The image was slightly faded, but the smiles were as bright as the sunflowers by the window. It was a picture of Michael with a group of soldiers, Tommy's father among them. On the back, scrawled in familiar handwriting, was the date, September 2003. "Found this in the attic," Tommy said softly. "Thought you might want it." Patty's eyes welled up. She looked at the young men in the photo, their laughter echoing in her heart. She saw the bond of brotherhood, the shared experiences, and the unwavering support that had carried them through the toughest of times. As the evening deepened, the diner seemed to sigh, settling into the quiet embrace of night. The aroma of coffee lingered in the air, mingling with the faint scent of frying bacon and the sweet fragrance of freshly baked pie. Outside, the wind rustled through the leaves, whispering tales of the day as it danced around the diner. A silent partner in this nightly ritual, Patty stood by the window, watching the darkness envelop the town. The empty chair seemed to glow in the soft light of the setting sun. It was a beacon of remembrance, a symbol of sacrifice, and a testament to the enduring power of love and family. Each day brought new faces to the diner, each carrying their stories, their memories, and their gratitude. And with each sunrise, Patty placed a fresh pot of coffee on the table, whispering, "Good morning, Mikey," knowing that in the quiet of that corner, she wasn't just pouring coffee, she was pouring her heart,